Hi, I'm Edie.
And I'm Judy.
And together we're the Rainbow Grannies. We were talking earlier and we decided that we might as well go ahead and video this. And what we were talking about is how difficult it can be for family members to deal with different aspects of your lives.
When we're young, we all come out very differently, what it is that's on our mind and how we do. And girls and boys also seem to be exploring things very differently. A girl can be very easy, like, oh, she's a tom girl. So everybody just accepts she likes to climb trees and jump off garage roofs and thinks she can fly and those kind of things. But little boys are very different. Sometimes when they're exploring things, people get even a little bit more, what do we do?
Yeah. So what we've also seen with this is, like, a lot of people are really gay friendly and they're accepting and everything. And it's all good. Everything's real good until you find out it's your kid or your niece or your nephew. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, not my son, not my daughter, not my nephew, not my niece, So it's just amazing that people can be like that. Mm-hmm. And you don't think of yourself as a prejudiced kind of person, because you're loving and accepting of your friend that works with you that's gay. But once you find out that your daughter is.
Right. Then it's another story.
Yeah.
Or you find out it's your own niece or nephew, and all of a sudden it's like, well, it's okay as long as they just act like this.
Right.
But if they act like that, all of a sudden we get all up in arms.
Oh, yeah. And it's okay if Miss So-and-so down the street doesn't realize that, my son has a little wiggle in his walk. Or, whatever way they choose to describe that. So it can be a real adjustment, because there's so many different, when you're talking about people's sexuality, especially with us being exposed with learning so many people off of TikTok and being older and coming across so many people. There's so many different things, with people being gay and trans and pan
and asexual.
Yes.
And people start, what does this mean? And how do you have a relationship? And you do.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, if I was saying little girls who are tomboys, they might do things like, put on a pair of blue jeans and sneakers and a t-shirt and go ride a dirt bike. But a little boy who's trying to figure out himself and he's gay, he might be trying to embrace the femininity part of himself.
Right.
And so he'll start, dressing up and putting things in his shirt to try to
simulate what breasts would be like.
Right. And wear mom's wig and do things like this. And this is where I think people start getting uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
Right.
My little boy is dressing up like a girl. And
whereas some people are very accepting of it. That's what's really nice when you see that there are some parents out there that they're out there buying these clothes for their children. They're buying a dress for their little boy that, makes him feel happy and engaging and embracing this part of him, allowing him to go to a school where they're accepting of whatever way he feels.
Right. But then here's another thing I wonder is, a little girl can be a tomboy and so, roughhousing it like a boy, or what people would call tomboy. But yeah, when she grows up, she doesn't become a drag king or she doesn't become transsexual. What she's been doing is embracing the butch part of herself. And so I'm wondering also with little boys who might be experimenting and exploring the feminine part of themselves, they don't necessarily will grow up and be a drag queen or grow up and be transsexual, but I think when they're 10 years old and when they're 16 years old, if they're just coming out to themselves, they want to know this effeminate side of themselves and what it means and explore. And then I'm saying, it's okay, some do grow up and become drag queens, but I'm saying there are also a lot of boys, I think, who just want to know what this feminine part of themselves is, because they haven't been allowed to explore it. They
Right.
explore it in private.
Oh,
they
and it's
explore it
shut
in
down.
the closet.
It's shut down. Like, no, But
yeah, girls can even be encouraged to, ride their dirt bike because parents will just figure, oh, they'll grow out of it when they grow up.
right.
But
Yeah, every little girl, wants to be on the softball team, and it's okay and stuff. But the moment a little boy decides he wants to take ballet,
right,
everybody's like, ooh, he likes ballet. So what we're saying is, for one, I'm going to tell you, like I always do, make sure you hit that button and subscribe, and then make sure you hit the bell and follow us, because we're going to have more of this come up, and we're going to have more questions that we'd like to ask and learn, and more that we'd like to help other parents figure out when it comes down to your children, if there's anything we can do to help.
right. You want to know how to be supportive of your kids and what does it mean. We don't have all the answers, what does it mean, but we can talk with you about what it is to embrace your child. Look, I get weepy.
Don't weep. She
What it is to embrace your son or daughter. What it is to embrace your niece and nephew. What it is to embrace your grandchildren.
Right.
Why it's so important to embrace them, and we don't have to have the answers. And as parents, we don't have to have the answers.
Nope.
We just have to support them while they're on a journey, because they don't have the answers yet either. They're just exploring, trying to figure out.
And it helps so many parents to be able to have an opportunity to share this, because so many of you parents are closeted too, just because you're so afraid, of, oh my God, what will people think, So we want to help you with the opportunity to share it with us, or share it with an organization that might be able to help you.
Right, because it's not only the kids who come out, it's the parents having to come out with them.
Right. And it is an adjustment because, like I said, there's so many different avenues. Like when we were young, we talked about this the other day. When we were young, it seemed like there was either gay or straight, or maybe every once in a while you heard about a bisexual person, But now it seems like, they've opened up such a spectrum of different people, that a lot of us need to learn about these different spectrums of people so that we can be more inclusive and understanding of their life and their lifestyle. So,
I want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Send us your questions.
And we'll see if we can help.
Yeah. And hit the subscribe button, which is the red button, and the bell so that you can know when we post new videos.
Thank you very much. Bye. Love you.